A few days pass. Roxana and Levi separately will find themselves just outside of Azkaban. And it is pretty creepy looking place. So if I remember correctly, it's like somewhere in the middle of an ocean or somewhere in the middle of somewhere in the middle of an ocean. And it's like you said, it's like Arkham Asylum, Alcatraz, like towers from the Lord of the Rings, creepy whatever. And you see these flying specters, aka Dementors, like Grim Reaper looking things flying all around. And just by being within the confines of this building, you feel physically cold, and whatever happiness you felt, whatever little happiness you felt, feels like it's just been sucked out, and you're in this miserable, depressing vacuum. I'm going to start with Roxana. So, Roxana, you're going to be with Augustus Mermont, and he's going to tell you as you're walking down the halls, because he's going to take you past a bunch of cells. He's going to say, I highly recommend that you don't make eye contact or direct, lingering eye contact with any of the people behind the cells.
Why do they not like it?
I wouldn't want you to incite any of them. And for many of them, looking them straight in the eye is a sign of a challenge.
Ah, excellent. I will make sure not to do that. Thank you for doing this for me, Mr. Mermont. This place is a shithole.
This is not exactly my favorite place to go to either as someone in my position, but I'm doing this as a favor for my son.
He's a good person. Really good.
He is. You're going to walk down the halls, and there's just going to be all these different prisoners. Some of them look like they're in despair. Some of them look like they're in utter rage, clanging on the bars, demanding to be left out. Some of them look completely not 100% there, talking to themselves. Some of them are speaking all this gibberish of some language that you're pretty sure doesn't exist, and it's just you just can't help but get the heebie-jeebies around here.
Yeah, she's kind of hugging herself, and she's keeping her eyes on the ground, and she's it's a bit distressed.
Yeah. Levi, you also are going to be walking down the hall next to your dad, and you're pretty much going to see the exact same thing. How spooked does Levi look, if at all? Just out of curiosity.
He would probably try to not be afraid. He would probably try not to be afraid. But, if something jumps at him, he's out of there.
As you walk by a cell, you'll hear one of them say, "Hey, Paleo! 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 Paleo!" And several of the jail cells start to join in. Does Levi react or say anything? Because I think you can tell they're talking to you.
Yeah. He'd probably be like, "Yeah, real original, guys. Good job. You guys are masterminds back here."
Hunter, his face doesn't move, but you can see his eyes get really angry when he hears this. And in a very swift motion, he takes his wand out and waves it one side, and when waves it to the other side, casting Silencio. And the entire hallway just completely goes silent.
That's my dad. Heck yeah. Oh, you need to teach me that one, Pops.
You alright, Levi?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's a little scarier than I thought it was gonna be, but I think this place is very well needed.
Levi, you'll turn a corner, and as you turn a corner, you almost run smack face to face to a Dementor. Like, almost smack face to face to one. And Hunter, like a bad A, doesn't even flinch as the Dementor, like is just hovering over you. And the Dementor is sort of like, kind of just curious about you, because you probably you're probably like a unique looking specimen to it. And what do you do as this, you can feel again, the temperature just drops, and you can't really look into the Dementor's face, but you can sort of see his mouth. And it's like probably one of the creepiest things you've ever seen.
Hey, Pops, are these like one of those things from Lord of the Rings?
He says they're worse.
Yeah, can we like get away from it, or is it gonna like follow me in my nightmares forever now?
Just ignore that it's even there. It won't hurt you.
All right, Pops.
And with that, he's just gonna walk by.
Levi runs behind him.
Levi run, and it's not gonna chase after you. It's just gonna watch as you go down the hall. Finally, you will reach not a cell, but you'll reach, I guess, what they use as an interrogation room kind of thing. And I will say that Roxana and Augustus will be right there, like by the door, just as Hunter and Levi turn the corner.
Rock, what are you
Augustus!
doing here? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Hunter just says, Augustus! But you can say, Rox, what are you doing here?
Hey, Rox, what are you doing here?
Oh, Jesus. What are you doing here?
Pops brought me along to see this place.
Cheery, isn't it?
It's actually, this is exactly how I picture your house, if I'm being honest.
God damn it, I was about to say the same joke. You know, she's trying to make light of it, but like this place has her completely deflated. I'd say she probably like the little glowing ring around her people. This place is just like tapping it all out of her.
Wait, what are you doing here?
Come to see my dad.
Me too. Crazy thing, right?
My dad?
Oh, my pops. Yeah, my pops over here represents your father.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, my dad's like this hotshot lawyer guy, and like he represents. Like, tell her, Pops, what are you doing?
I'm just here to represent your father, just to make sure that the rights that he still has within the walls of Azkaban are maintained.
What kind of rights?
We're not allowed to force anything out of him. No truth serums, no legilimens, none of that.
Wait, so Augustus, when he confessed, you didn't give him any truth serum. He just told you.
He just told us, yes.
Alright. He's in here?
He's in there, yes. Myself and Augustus will be present while you speak with him. That's part of the protocol. As for Levi, he is only going to be present if you allow him to be.
I mean, do you want to be there? I don't mind. I'm probably gonna be angry, so...
Oh, if you don't care, I'd like to be there, because, like, you know, if things get out of hand, I could rough them up a bit for you.
Don't worry about him. It's okay. I mean, I don't mind if you're there initially, but is there any way I can, at all, after we all go in there, just speak? Just me and him? I know it's a tall ask, but...
Augustus will say... will turn towards Hunter, because he knows what the legalities of that is. As long as my client allows it, yes. As long as my client allows it.
Okay. She kind of just goes, I haven't seen my father in 4 years. And she looks up at the ceiling and kind of blinks a little bit. Okay. Let's do this.
All right, Rox, I'm right behind you. If you need anything, let me know.
Thanks, Snowflake.
Just to remind you, Levi, Hunter says, you'll be allowed in there as long as you simply observe. You will not be allowed to interact with my client in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no problem at all. Do I check my wand in at the door or
I think when you entered, they checked your wand at the door, and probably Roxana's.
Okay.
Hunter gets to keep his. Hunter and Augustus gets to keep his.
Okay, so gotcha.
So you'll enter into this room, and there, before you, is a man who looks like he's probably aged even more so over the course of the last several months. He's got a very uninviting look in his face. He doesn't look angry, it's just he's not the most approachable person in the world right now in his face. And he is sitting at a table. He's got his hands chained up, I suppose. And he's wearing whatever the drab Azkaban robes are. And he just looks down. He's looking down at the table and doesn't even look up when you guys enter the room. But there will be a chair across from him that Augustus will go up to and hold for Roxanne if she wants to, and Hunter will go over to Varfolome, and he'll say, Varfolome, your daughter's here. And at that, when he says your daughter's here, Varfolome does look up and looks at your direction. And you can see that his eyes are a little bloodshot. And he doesn't look like he's slept much.
Wow. You look like shit.
Good to see you as well.
That's all you got for me?
I'm assuming you came here for answers.
Oh. Somewhat. I also came here to tell you what I think about all this.
I'm sure you have.
So my first question. Did you know a man named Gil Djokovic at all?
Yes, I did.
Did you kill him?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Meanwhile, Myrma, do you remember her?
Yes, I do.
I go to school with their kids. Did you know that? They're my friends. You put me in the position that I had to explain to them who you were. You put me in that position.
He will swallow.
You know what else? Natasha has no friends anymore. Did you know that? That's your fault. Alec lives halfway across the world. He got expelled from school. I'm sure he told you that. Yeah, because Alec always talks to you. You always went to Alec. What about me? Even before this went down, Alec always had you and Natasha always had Mom, but I had no one.
It's because I know you, Roxy, and I know that you don't need me.
I don't need you. I've needed you for 4 years. 4 years. All your children have.
What do you want me to say, Roxy? Do you want me to try to justify everything that I did? What do you want me to say?
Do you regret any of it? The people you killed? The lives you ruined? Do you regret any of it?
I regret the actions that I did that put you through and my family through the hell that you're going through. That's what I regret, yes. Do I regret ending the lives of people who got in the way of our goals? I can't honestly say that I regret that.
You piece of subhuman garbage.
It's the truth.
No, it's not.
I'm just telling you how I honestly feel. You can accept it or not.
I hate you.
He'll nod, but he won't say anything.
I'm gonna ask you something, and it'll be the last thing I ask of you. Can I talk with you privately?
He will look up to Hunter, and Hunter says, normally the answer will be no unless you formally tell me that you would like to speak with her privately. Yes, you can give us a moment privately. Very well then, Hunter says, just to remind you, Varfolome, that without my presence, I will not be around to provide you with any counsel while you are speaking to your daughter. I don't need counsel, but thank you, Hunter, Varfolome says. All right. Well, when you're done, just send Roxana to the door so that we know. And with that, Hunter will begin to excuse himself. Levi, as he tells to Levi to follow him.
Yeah, Levi will leave, and as they're like getting out, he'll be like, "Are we allowed to just like leave them in there? Like, what if something happens?"
You'll be observed visually, but we will not be able to hear what you're saying. That is the condition, Mishvets, Hunter will say.
You don't hear anything, but you see us.
We won't hear anything, but we will see you.
Okay.
That's okay?
That's it.
It's merely just as a precaution.
That's right.
All right, so with that, he will motion for Levi to leave with him.
You will.
I'll be right outside as well, Augustus Murmont says, and they will all step out, so you are now alone, face to face with your dad.
You know about the hopes.
I figured you would eventually catch wind of them.
I know what you sent Alec to do.
Yes?
And he was gonna go get it back.
That was not part of the deal.
That's what you don't do it yourself.
Roxana, I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you listen to a thing I say. But please don't let Alec go back for that hoop. Fenrir Greyback will not let that go unforgiven.
I know, you don't think I said that? I can control anything he does. I haven't been able to since he got expelled. Just does whatever he fucking wants. And he lies about it. He lied about you.
Then find a way to control him, to stop him from himself.
What are you implying?
You know what I'm implying. You have to do whatever it takes to protect your family at this point. Because Lord knows I can't. You know I can't. I've messed up this family and turned the whole thing upside down. I'm sure Ustinia's not in a state to watch over you all anymore. She probably feels just as helpless. It's up to you now to hold this family together, whether you like it or not, and that means you might have to do things that you're not comfortable with to keep them safe.
Oh, you want me to obliviate my brother like you did? Or imperious him, maybe? Is that what you want? That's what you're asking me to do.
It's a request.
I What makes you think I don't know how to do it already?
That is surprising, if that is true.
Well, no, I didn't learn that one. Sorry, I've just always wanted to say that. Look, quite frankly, I've just been keeping in contact with him as much as possible. And as far as I know, he hasn't done anything stupid.
I've done a lot of things to try to protect my family, but casting Imperius on our son, casting Imperius on your brother is something that I just could never do.
It's something I can't.
Then he's doomed. That is a regret. I regret that I was too weak to do everything that it took to protect him.
But you obliviated him. You did do that.
I did do that.
What did he see that was so terrible?
Are you talking about the night at the Quidditch finals? The Quidditch tournament?
Yes.
You probably guessed. He saw me gathering people up, participating, leading things during the...
Okay. And, you reached out to him while you were on the run. You did that first. That wasn't him.
It was more of a mutual contact.
Of course it was. Okay, look. I'm going to make a request of you now. If you know what's good for your son, you will never speak to him again.
Understood.
Because I'm gonna do what I can to help Alec. But you know what? I've had it up to here. I really have. I'm so done. I love him, I do. But I'm so done. And I'm so tired. And I just want to move on with my life. I have a boyfriend now. I have aspirations. I'm gonna open a bar. That's what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm gonna stay out of this war. That's probably gonna happen now. Who knows, maybe one day I'll have kids. I want that for my life. I want to spend the rest of my life thinking about you and running after Alec. But I have to. Because you had to give him a powerful artifact and ask him to give it to a Death Eater. You had to do that. You know, you go on about how you always wanted to keep us out of your business, how you tried your best. But Bartholomew, you didn't try hard enough. It was easy to get Alec to do what you wanted to do because he would do anything for you. And me and Natasha wouldn't. That's the truth.
Yes, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. You know, I just want to know, your beliefs aside, why was it never enough for you? You had a wife, you had 3 kids. Was it not what you wanted? Do you need something more out of life?
I will hope, Roxana, that you never feel the allure, the addiction of power. It is something that is so powerful that it causes a great, deep obsession. It's something that makes you do things that perhaps you otherwise would not do. That's the best way I can explain it. Was it enough for me at the time? I guess if it was, I wouldn't have done the things that I did at the time.
Well, maybe if I had been enough for you, you wouldn't have killed all those people.
guess we'll never know then.
I guess we won't.
I have nothing to offer you, obviously. The only thing I can offer you is closure. And at minimum, I at least wanted to give you the decency of honest answers to your questions. So hopefully I was able to give you that.
Why did you give your wand to Alec? You wanted power all this time and you were willing to give up so easily. It doesn't make any sense.
I knew my road was done. I knew that my time had run out. There was no need for me to keep it. If he had it, he can decide what he wants to do it. Snap it, keep it, destroy it.
No, I have it now. He gave it to me.
It's just as well.
Why you say that? Get the irony?
I suppose. Do with it what you will. It's not mine anymore.
You know what the most hilarious part about all this is? I looked you in the eyes and I said I hated you. I didn't mean a fucking word of it. I really wish I could hate you.
I really wish you could too.
Do you mind just once before I go? Can I hug my father before I say goodbye to him forever?
He will nod. You will reach in for a hug, and while the hug will linger for a little bit, and he will start singing. This is a song that he used to sing to you to help you fall asleep when you were a little girl. Long before he was a Death Eater. He was a different man back then. You have not heard this song in years. And it's a short song. It doesn't last for very long. But he's singing this song in Russian. And I'm gonna say that the song is about a father and his daughter. And basically a whole life full of potential. And the song just sings about all the things that he's looking forward to seeing to do with his daughter. Catching butterflies, eating beetroot soup, stuff like that. And it's just a very simple song with a very simple tune. And he sings it a little off key, not because he has a bad singing voice. Your dad actually has a decent singing voice. But his voice cracks a little bit because, like, you can sense tears, not streaming, but a tear like falling down his cheek as he's singing this song to you one last time.
She will like sob, and like the others who are watching on when like they're watching her, because like Levi's probably seen her cry. I think he's seen her cry, but not like this. And like her whole, like her skin goes green, her hair is flashing colors, like all of her like metamorphomagus abilities, they're all just going off as she just sobs.
He'll let go and he'll say, "Goodbye, Roxana."
Bye, Dad.
Everyone, roll initiative.
Oh!
Everyone,
snap.
roll initiative. So, the state of what's been going on over the last couple of years. So, finally, the Muggles have kind of gotten themselves together a little bit. And the problem is, there's so many, all the news, it's so hard to like tell what stories to believe or not, because some of them sound embellished, but it's hard because it's magic, so it's hard to like believe whether or not something is embellished or not. And there's so many debates, and right now many of the Muggles feel like in a state of fear, especially initially, because they're seeing werewolves, and they're seeing vampires, and they're seeing giants and goblins and all this stuff. And of course, they're like, they're worried that these things are going to come out at them at night because they have seen on TV like actual attacks. For the first several months, like I said, the progressives have sort of tried to hide out a little bit, while the traditionalists are pretty much trying to find them and getting answers and having them, provide consequences to their actions so that the ministry can use them to set an example of people who dare to go against the ministry like they are. The progressives, there are the extreme ones. There's a huge spectrum, because some of the progressives are like secretly progressive, even though they're pretending to be traditionalists, and then others are like extremists that actually go and do terroristic things, again, to mess with the ministry, specifically until their demands of taking down the statute of secrecy is met. Excuse me. And so there have been actual attacks from the extremists, and unfortunately a lot of the Muggles get collateral damage because of it. And the Muggles have started to become involved. The military has started to, take action. They're trying to look for where these wizards and witches are hiding out. They have, by this point, discovered that one way to find them, because so many of these wizarding villages and cities are hidden, they've discovered that electrical devices like malfunction or go haywire whenever they're near magic. So the Muggles have been able to use this to their advantage to try to basically look for these hidden wizarding villages so they can start, I'd hate to say it, capturing the wizards and witches. So it's almost becoming like a Salem Witch Trial Part 2, but worldwide right now. So now there are quote-unquote witch hunters that the Muggles have sent out. And a lot of the Muggled witches and wizards and Muggles, a lot of the witches and wizards are in hiding right now. The other thing that the Muggles have caught wind of is they've discovered wizards and witches that can disguise themselves. Ooh, they can transform themselves into animals or into other people, so they could look like other people. So that discovery adds even more like panic in the Muggle community, because like, who can we trust? How do I know that, that I'm actually speaking to who I think I'm speaking, if any of the wizards and witches can transform into... That's the thing, that's where they get really uneducated, because they think all of the wizards and witches can do this. And it's just a lot of fear and uncertainty and a lot of mixed information. And yes, like, people who learn things try to tell everyone the truth, but again, who knows what the truth is and what isn't the truth? It's so hard. There are the churches, a lot of the churches have started to preach a lot of anti-wizard and witch propaganda, claiming that God would never create, beings such as this with magic. And again, they're like demon worshippers and they need to be purged before the apocalypse happens, and this is just the beginning. So this is sort of like the state that everybody is in now in 2002. Starting with Juan. During this time, you are a traditionalist spy. So you have you basically spend your time disguising yourself as different people in order to gather information. And one of your most recent assignment is they want you to infiltrate one of the progressives' hideouts in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh my God.
So you know how in the Bermuda Triangle a lot of really strange activity happens, ships and planes disappear. Many people claim that when they are in the Bermuda Triangle, their navigation equipment goes on the fritz, compasses start spinning around like crazy. Yeah, that's because there's magic there, and that magic is causing things to go haywire. So, a little bit of history, and this is mostly from Kiwi. The history behind this is that the Bermuda Triangle is actually a location where many aquatic magical creatures live naturally in their habitat. So, magizoologists, including Newt Scamander, had requested for the ministry to put up wards to hide these creatures. Unfortunately, an unfortunate side effect of these magical wards is, again, it causes disruption of navigation equipment, which has caused ships and planes to disappear. The ministry got a tip, basically, that they believe there is a progressive base hideout in Bermuda, in the Bermuda Triangle right now, and they are assigning Juan on this mission. So, I guess my question is, Juan, how are you disguising yourself, and you get to give yourself a new identity, a new name, even a new personality, maybe, I don't know. Who is your new disguise character?
Okay, my name is Brandon Carr.
Okay.
I was a football player back in high school. Very good, actually. I'm married.
Well, remember, you're supposed to be a wizard or a witch, so I don't know if...
Okay, I played Quidditch.
You played Quidditch? Yes, you played Quidditch, okay.
I was a pattern Quidditch.
Okay. Okay.
Have to meet myself.
Two people in there. I mean, that's my new identity.
So, roll me a transfiguration. I just want to see how convincing of a disguise you have.
I think you're gonna like it.
Okay. Wow. All right. You look exactly like this Brandon Carr character. Exactly. Down to the T. Okay. So, Juan, in order to get to this location, you are going to fly there by broom. Okay. And as you're flying, go ahead and roll me a observation spot.
You're gonna see now the difference between my magic and everything else. Fuck! I am blind.
Okay. So you don't see what's coming up. All right. So I
was just getting in character, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's power. I fucking love power."
So okay. So Juan, you were told that in order to get into this hideout, they use a bottle, when you put chips in a bottle or throw medicine in a bottle. There's this bottle that if you are within a mile radius of the location, you throw the bottle in the water and it'll actually magically move to a specific set of debris, aircraft debris. And on that debris is a rusty chain attached to a rusty looking tin can, and that is a port key that allows you to get into the hideout. So you've got this bottle and you're traveling around, you're looking, and you're not really sure if you're within a mile radius of where you were told to be. And then all of a sudden you start noticing this big shadow starting to loom behind you. This big... You'll turn around, and even with a critical fail, you will see a ginormous, almost the size of a whale-looking sea creature. This creature is called a remora, and it's just this large fish, silverfish that's native to the Indian Ocean that had a strong magical power to anchor ships in place. The remora is an immensely powerful magical fish, and was a guardian for the seafarers. The International Confederation of Wizards enforce anti-poaching laws to protect this creature from illegal capture from wizards. But this thing is sort of like looming above you and about to crash down on top of you. What do you do?
Fuck. Let me see. What can I do? Oh, how big is it? Like a whale size?
I would say a medium-sized whale, which is still huge. A medium-sized whale. I mean,
huge.
easily enough to crush you under the water if you don't do something right now.
I'm gonna transfigurate it.
Yes.
To something smaller.
Go ahead. Roll me a transfiguration. Oh,
37.
yes. You take out your wand, and just as it's about to fall right on top of you, what do you turn it into?
It's a whale. I'm gonna turn it into a goldfish.
Okay. It turns into a goldfish. Do you like take Ricky out and you catch it in the bowl or something?
I'm gonna. So, I'm riding on my broom. I can feel the wind, and then suddenly I can start feeling water dropping into me. I turn around, and this fucking whale is just about to crush me. Last minute, take my wand, and it goes suddenly. The shadow that was over me disappears, and I just get out my friend, my animal, and was like, okay, there!
And you catch it.
Like, oh. Hello, Ricky. Hello to your new partner, Ricky.
The fish looks really confused. It's like looking around, very confused, and Ricky sort of observes it curiously and starts making, I don't know what noises, if anything, quasicuddles do. I don't know what noises they make, but I would say even if this is a magical quasicuddle, so maybe just make some sort of squeaking noise. Like even if the real ones don't make a squeaking noise. So he'll make some sort of squeaking noise at it, almost as if they're in conversation. What do you do, Juan? You're still out in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
And you have no idea where you are because of your failed crit fail roll.
Okay, so this is not the best part for a mission. Fuck me. What do I do? Okay, remember your training, Juan. I'm gonna start making, flying in circles, trying to see if there's anything that catches my eye that I can go to see if there's any person I can not ask, because I'm not that dumb, but give me directions.
You'll fly around, and I would say after 10 minutes, you'll finally start seeing what appears to be bubbles in the water, like some sort of frothy bubble spot in the middle of the ocean.
Okay. That's probably it. Come on, Ricky and George, and he will go towards the bubbling.
You go towards the bubbling, and are you just gonna dive into it, or are you just what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna float over it to see if I can notice anything apart.
You'll hover over it, and you actually will see some sort of shadow in the water, something swimming around under the water, and it's hard to make out the shape. It looks medium-sized, or no, I'm gonna say medium-large size.
Okay, now I'm Brandon. Hey there, what's up? I'm a little lost right now, so could you help me in anything?
The whatever creature it is that's under the water pops up, and out is it looks like the head of a horse, but his mane is fins. Roll me a magical beast. Roll one.
Hey, sorry. I love this.
17?
17.
Okay. I am sending you a link on Discord. This Brandon is a hippocampus, a magical water beast with the head and forequarters of a horse and the tail and hindquarters of a giant fish. And this hippocampus pops its head out. It's looking at you curiously, as if trying to understand what you're saying, but you have a feeling it's not quite understanding what you're saying. It sort of gives you the cross between a horse's neigh and the gurgle of a fish.
Oh, it's like the opposite of like a horse lady, a horse fish horse. Can he like, and he will start motioning like, can you help me?
Roll a handle animal.
11.
Okay. You'll try to tell it to help you, and the hippocampus just looks very confused.
Okay, this is not going to work. I'm gonna cast Polymorph Self and see if I can transform into one of them.
Okay. Go ahead.
If I can understand it that way.
All right. You will cast. Go ahead and roll for Polymorph Self. Oh, wow. So you'll transform into a hippocampus. I think when you polymorph, the broom is separate, so the broom's still flying. So you'll transform into hippocampus, roll me another handle animal, and get advantage. Get advantage.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. Now I can target animal. No, that won't do it. And neither will that.
No. The hippocampus doesn't understand what you're saying, but it starts approaching you, and then it starts like nuzzling against you.
Hey man, I don't swing that way, but like, I can roll with this, and I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay, you respond back?
I will respond back. Okay, I can do this.
The hippocampus then seems to take very fondly to that. He starts to get onto your back.
Okay, man. I think you're not understanding like our relationship. We're just friends, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't understand what you mean at all, and suddenly you start to feel something behind you.
No, I run.
You fly. You swim away. All right, you book it. You book it.
I don't care where I'm going. Like, I run.
This is not what I expected was going to happen. You reciprocated, so he had to. This is probably something that Juan will not tell his friends. This did not happen. The hippocampus will try to swim after you. So roll me a swim roll, Juan. Roll me a swim roll as a hippocampus. Add 3 to this roll. Add 3 to this roll.
Oh no, please. I need to run away. 13. No. This day is going
9.
very good.
Alright, you're lucky. Okay, so it's trying to catch up to you. But you're able to outswim it.
No, fuck you. No. Sorry, no, F you.
And then as you're swimming, you suddenly run into a whole herd of hippocampus on the other side.
No, I'm done with this. No. I will end the transformation and just like...
Okay. You will unpolymorph yourself in the water, so now you're in the water.
Like,
I will need you to make another swim roll without the bonuses to keep you from drowning.
Hopefully I won't. Oh! I'm drowning!
Negative. All right. So with that, you try to keep yourself afloat, but with a critical fail, the waves on the ocean start to pick up, and you start to sink to the ground. You start to sink, and you're trying to like lift yourself up, but you just can't, and you're starting to drown.
Okay, no, that's bad.
With a critical fail, I'm gonna say that you will not be able to save yourself, and you will black out. And then some time will pass, and you'll wake up, and you will find yourself. Everything will get really blurry, and you will feel somebody's lips against yours. Everybody's violating somebody's lips against yours as they're like breathing air into your mouth.
It's because he's so cute now. So
I will be like, nope, nope, no more. I'm done. No more, please.
Whoa. You're alive. Of a low voice says. You fell over what looked like was some sort of like a hospital bed. Well, not a hospital, like a
kind of cot.
A cot of some sort. You're still you're still wearing what you were wearing as Brandon. You're still Brandon, but you like fall off the cot. Somebody was attempting to give you CPR, you can presume, and you hear a voice say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and you recognize the voice. Your eyes start to adjust. It's Finn. "Hey, man," he says, looking at you. "You alright?" he says, holding up.
Oh, yeah. I'm fine, man, but like, I just had a very difficult day, so no more that. Where am I, man? Last I remember, I was like, escaping from an... I will not talk about that. I was drowning.
Before I answer that question, what were you doing in the middle of the ocean? Finn asks.
Oh, I was like looking for something. I don't know if I can say it. Like I was told that like this a bottle will guide me to somewhere.
As soon as you say bottle, Finn says, "Okay, got it. You were looking for our hideout."
That's the word. Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive? Pop, and you'll see a pop, and Chance is sitting on Finn's shoulder, and he turns to Finn and says, "Yes, he's alive, Chance. He's alive. I think we managed to get to him like on time. Thank goodness." "Oh, well, I was getting worried there that he was a nomad." "He's not a nomad. He had a wand with him," Finn says.
Oh yeah, I'm not a nomad. Yeah, no, I know some spells. Like I'm not so good at them, but like, oh, have you guys like? I left my broom like flying over the ocean. Have you seen it?
Yeah, we found it. It's actually in the next room. Are you sure you don't need anything? You were almost completely drowned when I found you.
Nah, I'm good. Have you seen this body? Like, oh, I'm so strong. I'll be fine.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Brandon Carr. And you, man?
Brandon Carr. Nice to meet you, Brandon. My name is Finn, he says as he holds out his hand.
Hey. Oh, you're almost as big as me. Although I'm sure not in all the places.
Thanks, he says, a little uncomfortably, and he starts to grow red a little bit. And Chance says, "And my name is Chance Gallagher," and he'll actually pop onto your shoulder.
Oh, what's up, little man? High five.
He'll hang it. "You know, you're a bit of a handsome fellow there, Mr. Brandon Carr, if I do say so."
Oh, I know it, but you're not so bad yourself.
Slow down, Chance. Slow down, Finn says. Can we at least make sure that he's okay? And we'll have to introduce him to everyone, and I guess we'll take it from there. I'm not good at these kind of things, Finn says.
Don't worry, you're doing fine. You did save me from drowning.
They'll start to check your vitals. They're probably going to be some sort of medicine man just to make sure that you're okay and that there wasn't like any brain damage or whatever when you had drowned. But Finn will start asking questions like, "So, Brandon, where are you from?"
From the U.S. USA.
Wow, what part of the USA?
Nevada.
Oh, Nevada, I've heard of that place. Is that where Las Vegas is?
Oh yeah, the great city.
Oh, that's I feel like I'm with a celebrity, he says. There's a lot of famous people in Las Vegas, aren't there?
Oh yeah, no, it's full. Like, it's the greatest place you can go. Like, you know, I mean, I'll take you there someday. Like, you can do everything. Like, it's so cool.
They're gonna continue like getting to know you, and Finn, I guess, is gonna start to like show you around the place. So this is a hideout where a lot of the magical beings that are not human are hiding out. So there's like merfolk here. There's some like creatures here, like werewolves, and even a couple of vampires actually are here. But they are kind of human, but many of them are like, there's like leprechauns. But yeah, this is sort of like a safe haven for people. And I'm gonna say over the course of the next month, they're gonna get to know you. They're gonna trust you because, I mean, you're a likable guy, right? Like who
I'm Brandon Carr.
You're Brandon Carr. Who doesn't love Brandon Carr? It's like, oh, I know Brandon. He's a great guy. And so, so over the course, they'll ask you, Brandon, what's your specialty? Like, what's your magical specialty? And like, how would you respond?
Oh, all that magic stuff I'm not so good at. I can transform some things, but if you want to know what I'm good at, it's punching stuff and Quidditch.
Well, that could be really useful, Finn says. Chance and I, we actually have a mission coming up, and we could use a third person if you're willing to come with us.
Oh, 100%. Don't worry. With me, you'll be safe for sure.
Okay. Well, why don't you follow me, and I'll tell you more about the mission. And I think this will be a good thing to get your feet wet. Well, not like it was.
Oh yeah.
When
No,
you were
like
drowning.
that time. Last time something super bad happened. I don't want to get my feet wet ever again. You know what I mean?
Oh! Are we going to get to ride on the hippocampus
No!
for this mission? No.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Whoo! Campus! USA!
Meanwhile, Roxana's the next one. So, Roxana, you, over the last couple of years, you dropped out of school. Not that there was school to drop out of, because all of the schools have sort of like suspended their classes for the time being because of the war. But you got a job at a bar. Where is this bar?
This bar's actually, just because like she can go back and forth really easily, I will say this bar is actually in Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah. I would say in the town Aika lives.
In the town Aika lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you're at this bar, and Aika is there helping out as well. He got a job there too. Well, no, he lives there. I don't think he actually works at the bar, but he lives close enough that he's a frequent visitor at the bar. it's really the neat thing about the bar is that you're always hearing like the latest gossip and the latest rumors about what's going on. And one of the latest gossip you'll overhear someone saying is, "Did you hear that the Ministry of Magic is actually thinking about temporarily legalizing unforgivables for self-defense, of course, during the war?" Seriously? Yes, they think that drastic times calls for drastic measures and are saying that if it's in the name of self-defense, you could use one of the unforgivables. Well, I think there's been a lot of debate recently about whether or not you could use even the killing curse in a self-defense situation. So, if you ask me, I think it's about time. I don't know if Roxanne is going to say anything while she's pouring these people a drink, or if she's just going to keep quiet.
She's listening, but she is going to keep quiet and try desperately to change the topic. She's just going to look at like this order and she's going to be like, "What the fuck is a Merlot?"
Merlot. What's a Merlot?
What's a Merlot? You guys know what a Merlot is?
What? Merlot?
Merlot. Silly me. Should go get it.
So this is a bar in a small wizarding village, because this is where, again, Aika's family lives, and they live in a Moroccan wizarding village. I'm gonna say that you were asked to go. You were asked by your boss to go into the stock room and like get some more bottles of wine. I think just to restock up on the bar up the top. So you're gonna go down into the storeroom, and it's really dark. Roll me a spot or hearing, observe, spot, or hearing, whatever's higher for you. 8. Okay. All right. So you're gonna be rummaging through, and then you will hear like heavy breathing, but you're not sure where the heavy breathing is coming from with that roll.
All right, listen, this is for staff only, so if you're not staff, I suggest you go back upstairs.
Roxy? You hear a voice? And it's in that corner. It's in a corner.
I look over to the corner.
Don't shoot or anything, and you will see Nico standing up from behind one of the crates. And Nico looks like he's had it rough. Looks like he's been like possibly out in the woods or something over the last couple days or so.
Nico?
Hi. Yeah, I didn't know you were working this bar. Hey. Nice to see you, Rox. I haven't seen you in like, what, has it been like a couple years?
It's been a couple years. What the hell are you doing in my bar?
Yeah, so I'm kind of on the run right now. A bunch of the ministry people are after me, and I'm kind of looking for a place to hide. Was wondering if I could, can I like hide out here?
Shit, Nico. Look, I don't actually own this place. I work here.
Okay, well, you can just say nothing then. Just look the other way, and I'll just be here and hanging out. You got any food?
All right, look, I'll go get you something. You look like you could use a drink, Jesus. But a word of advice. Make sure your breathing's a little bit quieter.
Okay, I thought I was being discreet, but okay.
No, but seriously. Sounded like a freight engine in here.
I can't help it. I'm a Quidditch player. I breathe really hard. You need oxygen to make those awesome plays.
Okay, maybe need less oxygen right now. Okay, look, I'll go get you some food. I'll be back.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rox. You're a lifesaver.
Okay, and before I go up there, are they around?
I mean, they were on my tail, and I just ran into the first building that I could break into, so...
It happened to be this building.
Yeah, so if anybody, starts asking questions about... you can just, pretend that I'm not here.
Yeah. I know nothing. Okay. I'll go get some food for you. She'll go upstairs and do that.
All right, and you're not going to say anything to anyone else? Okay.
Nope, I'm not going to tell anyone.
So you'll come down and you'll have him, like, what? Like a sandwich or something? I don't know what you give him.
A ham sandwich.
Oh, food. Oh, man. Oh, this is the best thing I've eaten in days. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Here's a butterbeer.
Oh, he starts slurping it up. So, Rockstone, how long have you been here?
A few weeks.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Have you talked to Albion at all recently?
Yeah, I spoke to him the other day. He seems fine.
Oh, good. I think I sent him an owl last month. But things have just gotten really crazy.
Okay. Few questions. First of all, where's Asa? Is she okay?
Well, yeah, about that. So, yeah, Asa and I, we actually, kind of had a falling out. I haven't actually heard from her in a while.
Okay. And how long have you been,
Out of touch?
yeah, putting in my... I was going to say something a lot meaner, but that's a lot nicer.
It's been like 3 months or so.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Normally it blows over, but...
Nico, why didn't you stay in Japan? I'm sure Albion could have helped you out.
I didn't want to bother Al. He's off, doing his politically stuff, and I don't know. He's got his own issues to deal with.
I mean, I know, but you're halfway across the world, and no offense, Nico, you look like hot garbage.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, what do you expect? I've been sort of out in the run for a while. Didn't really have time to, brush myself up a bit. Actually, do you have a bathroom that I could use?
Yeah, there's a loo just around the corner down here.
Perfect. Oh, perfect.
Just make sure you press the button extra hard sometimes.
Yeah. Just to let you know, you may want to toss out that casket over there, that wine casket over there. He says, "Oh, I didn't know where the bathroom was."
Nico, that's the champagne barrel.
Well, then I guess it's sanitized?
No! Do you know how toxic piss is? It's got mercury and a bunch of toxins in it. You could kill somebody.
Okay, well, like I said, you can dump it. No, I mean...
I'm gonna have to try and come up with an excuse so my asshole manager doesn't fire me, but okay, sure. Go on.
I believe in you. And he'll go off and go to the bathroom.
Please, thanks. And she's gonna take care of that issue.
Meanwhile, you're gonna go about your business. And I guess you'll be distracted with customers and stuff.
Yeah.
And you probably will forget temporarily about Nico. And then at the end of the day, how late do you think this bar opens till? When do you think you close?
Well, I mean, if it's in just a little visiting village, I imagine it would probably close before midnight.
Okay.
I imagine she takes any shift she can, so he probably is working the closing shift and counting tills.
All right. So you're probably going to be the one that's going to lock up.
Yeah.
So you'll be the last customer will leave, and I think you're going to probably lock up. Would you bother looking for Nico when you lock up? All right. You're going to straight down into the storage room, and you're going to search around, call for Nico. He doesn't seem to be around for some reason.
She's going to go out on a whim. She's going to try and use her hoop to talk in his head for a minute. If she
Okay.
Can. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Roll use magic item.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a 9, you're not going to be. You know that you could have contacted him, but you, for whatever reason, didn't activate the item.
Yeah, I don't
properly.
I don't have any courage left.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think after the course of 2 years, you will have regained your courage points up. Everybody reset your courage points. It's been 2 years. You'll have your courage points back.
Okay, cool. I know I have one extra than everyone else.
So if you want to use it, you can.
Yeah, I will.
All right. So you'll send a message mentally to Nico, and what will you say?
Okay, don't panic. It's me, Roxy, talking in your head. Where are you?
Roxy, I could use your help right now. Like, fast.
Where are you?
Right out behind your bar. Now, fast.
I run.
You're going to run, and you're going to see Nico. He has his wand out, and he's pointing it in the direction of another person who also has their wand out. And this person is very well dressed in official-looking robes. But there's still a very feminine quality about this person.
Oh.
It's Tritessa. So Tritessa and Nico are like facing each other off, and they have their wands. And Tritessa says, Nico, gotta come with me. Quietly would be preferable, Tritessa says.
Oi, both of you. Wands down before I pull mine out. This is my place, okay?
Tritessa says, hey, Rox, don't worry. I'm trying to remove the situation out of your bar.
Well, let's just
we'll be leaving soon.
Hey, Nico, why don't you get behind me and I'll talk this out. She's got both her hands up, by the way. She didn't have one out.
Rox, at this point, Tritessa says, Rox, I thought you weren't going to get yourself involved in any of this.
Oh, look at him. He looks like shit. I gave him a sandwich, and now I feel, kind of responsible for him. Look, I just don't want any trouble, okay? Why don't you just turn around, and in the morning, I'll send him on his way, okay? And then you both are no longer my problem. For now, I don't want there to be a problem, okay?
Nico says, yeah, we don't want any problems here, Tritessa. Come on, we were friends back in school once. And Tritessa says, yeah, we were. But Nico, you of all people need to know that you gotta grow up. We're not kids anymore. And Nico says, okay, look. How about we cut you a deal, right? You got really nice champagne. No, we don't have really nice champagne anymore. We got. Yeah. Tritessa says, look, I just want you to come with me, and then we can get out of Rox's hair, we can get out of this village, and not bother these people. You're just making the problem worse, Nico.
You both are making a problem for me. And when there's a problem for me, Mama Roxy ain't happy. Look, okay? Here's what's going to happen. Tessa, you're going to walk away. Nico, you're going to go back inside, and come morning, I don't want to see you in my basement. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Nothing happens on this ground. You understand me? You both want something to happen, you take that somewhere else. I'm not getting involved. I'm not choosing a side.
At this point, Tritessa will slowly start to put her wand down, and she says, I'll put mine down if you put yours down. I guess out of respect to Roxy, because I do like you, Roxana, Tritessa says.
Thank you. I like you too.
We can at least have a temporary truce. But next morning, she says, I'm coming after you, so don't run away too far. With that, she'll start to put her wand down, and then Nico shouts, "Stupefy!" And I'll end the scene there. Stupid Nico.
Tritessa and my team are the good guys.
There you go. That just shows. All right, next.